We still got a lot more to talk about this first crop circle right here. We still got to talk about its connection to 19.5. We still got to show us this connection here, the technique that they're using, this vibrational field distortion. We'll get to all that. But at this point, what I want to do is I want to move forward into this connection here with the material form, with the matter. And we're going to do that via our understanding of this being connected to the Kundalini rising, the breath, or this breath of life that was breathed into a material form. In Genesis and in Revelation, we see the very same language that it says, and he had the power to give life unto the image of the beast. Well, this image is form, okay? The image of the beast, and the power to give life is this life of this breath of this Antichrist spirit. It's the very same thing. And then it makes the connection that says, who's got wisdom? I mean, his number is 666. It's the number of man. Who's got wisdom to figure it out? Well, here's going to be our wisdom to figure it out of what this 666 is, and we're going to see it's connected right here. So let's not forget where we are, all right, and what we saw. Two-part creation. Key word here is formed, dust, ground, breathe, life, living soul. Okay, so the form represents the material vessel. The dust is going to represent this carbon atom from the ground that comes from the earth. And then this representation of the breath, meaning this soul, this breath of life is what's needed to animate the matter. Like I told you, the only problem is that they're supplementing the true life force here with the anti-life force of the spirit identity of the rebellious fallen prince. Now, we'll get into all this and how all this is connected. We'll talk a little bit about hexes, and we'll talk a little bit about pence, of how you understand what a pentagram is, and we'll show you how they're equationally using a pentagram to alter this hex. This hex is going to be this seal, and which is this divine hex which has been put on this world to block their free will ability to overcome our free will dominion. So incredibly deep and detailed. It just does not get any more absolutely amazing to me at this point. So yes, if we call this the form, the vessel, and the matter that this breath is going to be breathed into, and that's exactly what we're saying, we need to make those connections. This is how we're going to do it. First off, we're going to take a look at the shape of this supposed crop circle itself, being that it's not really a circle, but that's what they call them. We see that it's in the shape of what most people call a pyramid. In reality, it's really not a pyramid. What they're really trying to tell you is that this is a trinity, or a triunity of variable association. In this case, it's going to be three main variables of the material world, and that's going to be electrical, biological, and chemical. Now, I'm going to show you, now that just so happens to be the three main variables in a single human cell. It is both electrical, chemical, and biological. All three of those variables are trinity unified and associated to create what we would know of as life. Okay, but in order for this life or matter to become a true living thing or a conscious life, it has to have this spirit form breathed into it. Now, we've had the true spirit form breathed into us, but this Antichrist is going to insert his form. So the first thing we need to understand is that we're going to make trinity associations and connections in order that's going to show us that this is going to also connect to another trinity association of a carbon atom. The carbon atom association of a trinity is, guess what? 6 protons, 6 electrons, and 6 neutrons. So at this point, we could conveniently associate a fractal layer of electrical, chemical, and biological at these points. Or we could say 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, or 6 protons, and they would all be in the exact same order of electricity, chemistry, and biology. And that's exactly what we're seeing. And we're going to be able to further show this connection. So now he is showing his knowledge of this inner association of the tri-unity of this material world. Okay, the material association. And then he gives us the symbol, or they give us the symbol for this flower of life. Well, look at the symbol of the flower of life now fits into the hexagon, which itself formed the tetrahedron. I'll be back.